I think they're, at the top of our league. I mean, they're one of the elite teams, especially this year. As good a hitting team as we've seen. They really miss Marco Gonzalez. Marco's probably the premier player in the country as far as being a two-way guy. And as a Team USA guy, I mean, he can really deal on the mound, and he's a force in their lineup. So I think they really miss him. But I think you got to give credit to our guys too. Mike Wagner, that last pitch is about 94 miles an hour when he could have flinched. Chris Bryant had a tough weekend, and then his last AB hits a triple, in a clutch situation. So it was championship baseball by us, but Gonzaga is an excellent opponent.
And how do you feel about your team? It's kind of the halfway point about right now, a couple of weeks into the conference. How do you feel about your team so far?
I feel great about these guys. The flow is really good. The chemistry is good. I had a national scouting director go, how are you guys doing it? What's going on? 'Cause it's just not, it's everybody, and when championship teams, go a long way in the tournament and they win it, that's what happens. The chemistry is great. You get contributions from everybody, and that's what's happening. Everybody wants to talk about Chris Bryant. He's a phenom. He's a great college baseball player. You don't see guys like him in college too often. Dylan Covey, but you got guys like Seawald and Pazos, and Wagner at the back end. Calvin Drummond's been great on Fridays. We're getting significant contributions from our freshmen, so yeah, it's been a good run so far. Looking to get better though each day. Totally staying in the moment, man.
And one guy you didn't mention, Dillon Haupt, has been incredible for you the last month.
Yeah.
What has he meant behind the dish for you?
Well, Dylan's been probably the biggest, most pleasant surprise of the year. JC guy. We recruited him out of high school, and just couldn't wait for him to get here. And yeah, he's a WCC Player of the Month. Putting up unbelievable offensive numbers and really handling the pitching staff. And yeah, if you point to one guy, that's responsible for our success, it's probably Dillon Haupt. He's been amazing. And
you bring in Wagner in the ninth. Were you concerned at all after him throwing 2 innings yesterday?
No, we cut out an article, today from the Texas Texer as Corey Nebel threw 143 pitches over 2 nights, and I said, "Here, Mike, you think you got it tough? Look at this guy." So he said, "I'm ready, man." And it was a stress-free outing yesterday, 2 innings. I think he faced about 6 or 7 hitters, no hits, no walks. So it was just like a bullpen. And as you saw today, that last pitch is about 94 miles an hour, and he showed no ill side effects. And that's how we've been using our closers. It's not the traditional, 1 inning Trevor Hoffman, Heath Bell, Mariano Rivero. It's playoff baseball.
And you got Pazos out with a suspension. How are you feeling that in? Because he's been a very versatile guy for you. Some games he can go, he can be a lefty specialist. Other games he can be your long reliever throwing 4 innings. How you kind of filled that role?
Well, that's what we had talked about that. Our guys have all stepped up. our starting pitching has to go deeper into games. I think our offense has to pick it up, score more runs so we don't have to get to Wagner on back-to-back days. And Michael has to be the best conditioned athlete on the team and be ready to go back-to-back days, in the absence of James. And every guy on our team has picked up some kind of slack, and it's really paid off.
And you need to get a lengthy outing from your starters today. Dylan Covey struggles in the first inning. He has the ball that gets lost in the sun, ends up costing him a run.
Right.
In the second inning, leadoff singles hit pretty hard. After that, though, just nothing against him.
Yeah.
Did you see something change after that first hit in the second inning, or did he just bear down? What was the difference for him?
I think last year. He might have caved in a little bit to it, as a freshman. But this year, I think it shows his maturity. That's the 3 outings in a row where he's been lights out, and it's slowly coming back. And we have a saying on our team: we don't flinch. And it's kind of been the mantra all year. We get down by 5, we get down by 6, we get down a couple. You get a runner on second, don't flinch. Kentucky baseball, my buddy Brian Green out there, they say we don't move. And they get hit with the pitches 1,000 times a year, but we don't flinch. It's just all about the next pitch, and Dylan is really taken to that mantra, and that was the key today for sure.